What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to the final uniform of the update here, which is going to be Captain America's. So here we have his Secret Empire Hydra Supreme uniform. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what this uniform is going to do for him. So we have pretty much the same bonus, except a little bit of an upgrade. So we have that flat increase to all attack, which is new. So that's going to be active all the time. As you can see, it's above the 50% rate when hit. So you don't have to worry about getting hit to activate this particular portion of the uniform. But then below, it's all the same, except that now the, can you scroll for me? Scroll down. There we go. Except for the all attack is now 20%, whereas it was 15% before. So again, extra 5% there. And the same thing for the crit rate. It's going to be 20% here, whereas it used to be 15%. So again, a little bit of a boost there. We have 5 skill changes. His first skill, we've got the same damage immunity, so not much to worry about there. I mean, he's got burn and bleed now. There's some more bleed. We have all defense that does not apply to world bosses, so same old, same old. And then we do have the all defense down that does apply to world bosses, stacks up to minus 30%. And then over here, we've got the all attack. And yeah, pretty much that's all attack boost because everything else is just 1% there. And a 10% HP recovery. Wait, did he have the 10% HP recovery before? No, he didn't. That's ignore defense. Yeah, ignore defense, and it stacks up to 30 here. So that HP recovery is new, right? That was on this skill. Yeah, so instead of 10% ignore defense, he now has a 10% HP recovery. So it can help out with his survivability, even though he already had great survivability. But yeah, now we've got a heal there, so that's pretty cool. But I will mention before I get into looking at the skills here that I am not a huge kind of Captain America fan, so I haven't really played him very much at all. I haven't really kind of invested much in him because, as you can see, I do not have his team suit and I do not have his endgame uniform, so I am still here with the Infinity War uniform and I haven't even ranked that up much. So I don't play him much, so I'm just going to give you my opinion on how this uniform looks compared to what I've seen for these other two uniforms, or for the endgame uniform, because that's going to be the one that most people have. So let's go ahead and hop into the skill preview here. But overall, the uniform itself does look to be an upgrade from the endgame uniform. You get extra all attack there, and then the skills do look a little bit better to me. So here we have his first skill, which is kind of cool. It just spins around, kind of almost looks like he's shooting the repulsive beams of Iron Man out of his hands there as he spins around. Wink. And then we have the second skill. Just some of his classic punching, and then he's got the iframe at the end and this very start of it as well. Third skill, a little bit different now. It doesn't just dash forward and get the, that's the wrong uniform. So yeah, it's pretty similar. I'm still thinking of the Infinity War uniform when I was looking at the skills here. So yeah, it looks good. And then the fourth skill that applies to all defense down. Got a lot of hits there. I think it's more hits than the in-game uniform, so it's looking pretty nice. And then finally the fifth skill. So boom, got a very slight iframe, and oh yeah, that's the other thing that this has. It has, can I bring up the thing here? Yeah, reality manipulation. Damn it, I cannot say that word. I'm getting like tongue-tied here. It has reality manipulation. So that manipulation is basically the same thing as time freeze. So as you can see here, they're just kind of turning blue and getting frozen or stuck in place there. It only lasts for 2 seconds, but it is nice. And I mean, it doesn't say ignore immunity, but time freeze doesn't say that either. So I'm assuming that this applies to world bosses, because again, you saw I have not purchased this uniform, so I can't say for sure. But if I was a betting man, I'd say yes, it does apply to world bosses. So we do have that. So yeah, overall, like I said, this is looking to be one of the strongest uniforms for him. It does change him to Blast, which I don't know if you would consider that good or bad. I'm getting kind of tongue twisted here a lot today. Good or bad, but we don't have very many Blast characters that do physical damage. So he's going to be one of the very few physical damage Blast characters with this uniform, but when he has this uniform, he is also a villain. So yes, now we have a villain Captain America here, which can also be good as well, because now we can have another villain that can be really strong, because tier 3 cap, as we know, is quite powerful. So now we can use him wherever we would need a villain normally, so that can make him more flexible for the very high stages of Shadowlands. So you don't have to refresh more and try to get a hero specific stage or something like that. If you happen to roll a villain stage, you can just use him, switch out to this uniform. We can use him in ABX now for the blast villain. We can do what else can we do with him as a villain? Well, anyway, yeah, he's a blast villain now. So like I said, that's a rare typing, so that could also be a worthwhile investment for getting this uniform for that. But that's just going to be my initial impressions here. Like I said, the uniform is looking strong. Anything that the end game uniform could do, I would bet this uniform could do the same or better. But I don't know if that typing will hurt or hinder him in any World Boss Ultimate content. And also, being a villain, I think will help him out overall for more variety of what he can do, because right now he can already do a lot. So it looks like with all the uniforms from Captain America here, they're just making it so he can do all the game modes for you. You just have to swap out the uniform. You don't need to keep building up other characters. You can build up Captain America, and then you'll be set for kind of whatever you need now. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting here. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video here. If you do want me to break my cycle of not buying uniforms, then let me know if you do want me to actually pick up this uniform and try him out, because despite not using Captain America, I did get him to level 70 and Gears 25 because he was the first tier 3, so I was kind of getting prepared for that. But then I just never felt like tier 3ing him, because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him. So let me know if you do want me to invest a little bit more in my cap and show him off with this uniform. But besides that, that's going to be it for this video here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.